very good evening, dear viewers. Thank you for joining us for this special election edition broadcast live on the radio television of Djibouti. Today, starting with the independent candidate, Mr. Zakaria Ismail Farah, who held a meeting in Ombuli, more precisely at the old runabout of Ombuli, historical place. In this location, the crowd present did not fail to support Dobiro, the independent candidate, by gathering massively to give a meaning to this event, which will remain memorable, according to an activist. The highlight of the event was the arrival of the candidate, a moment eagerly awaited by the activists and the inhabitants of the Ombuli and its surroundings.
arday duruufo dugsiyada tacliimaha daawo loo helin hadday ku doortaan maxa ku diyaaro dadka ahaadu haysaa hadday ku doortaan maxa ku diyaaro dadka ahaadu haysaa
daayin baan ku dhaartee anigoo daacada waan idin dadaalgeli dhallinyarada dacihiyo jikadaha fadhiya iyo dumarkiyo carruurtii duqaytida dhammaanteed doolar baanu qorayaa dacihiyo jikadaha fadhiya iyo dumarkiyo carruurtii duqaytida dhammaanteed doolar baanu qorayaa tacliintana si dooran u daryeeli doonaa
mar hadduu wakhtiga daran uu noo damqadayo.
In proceeding with the speeches during this meeting, the senior officials of the campaign of the independent candidate took turns to speak to mark the support to the ballot box and call on the Djiboutian population to massively withdraw their voters' card.
Fadhana uu ka soo baxay maanta wax uu inoo qabtay dhibaata haday dhacdo garabkeenu joogsada ka uu hareeyo horta annaka haday tahay garabkayagu joogsada maanta inaan wax muujino oo wax tusno Zakariya xaar weeyaan xaq weeyaan inaan maanta u soo baxno xabadana siino oo u soo daraarno xaq weeyaan maanta inaan wax siino aan wax iska tusno annaga aan guri doonin annaga wax kala doonin ina xoogeena muruqaana maalkeena waxa haynaba inaan ku gargaarno iyo xaga maanta iskugu imanay
doobiraan maanta u codaynayna si sharaf la lagu codaynayna doobiro hanalaado doobiro hajiro hajarimaado doobiro iyo xisbiga.
The campaign manager of the independent candidate as well as the activists took turns to highlight the objectives of their candidate's program who came to present his program.
على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حنبل شعبو كادو إدولاي فرايناي ورو عندمراي أنا نيجراي تلميه قدقيا تو عدي كمال عرتلا سنة عرتمري يبنو به حنبل مري يبنو به كل نمو يسيبولا وارسيته بولا بقبوتي مرينكيلي دبوك لحافظ ميناي دبوك لمري ميناي سينما حاجيدتا جيبدين ناريجي عيش أنا والناريجي اللي عيشين أنا والناريجي مشاهر بينمو حالي دينه والناريجي عرس إنه كادونا دبع سن الناريجي تو عدي سين كنما ظهرك بارولو وغري فديما وغري يا وعدينا وغري محق فديما نم يخمي مع عبيب معلبيكي وغري مانا توعدي محاي جيب دابينا تا مانغو مرياني حنبولي مريان كاي اكي مريان كانا ميا ننسيني كنما إلكتور كارت بيتاي كارت إلكتور بيتاهنا محايو يا في مريم يانكانا يا في مريم كان ميا في مريم يا في مريم قحسله أنو كتير كان حمي كارت بيتا وعدينا عدو ورقتا يا ما تلسكها سقالها عدو ورقتا نعدانا ماي زكريا إسماعيل فارح عدانا ما أساكو سنة بلهي أساكو مانجيتونوهوي بيركادو تماجيني فردينتا توعدي سيني كنما حنبولي مرو قد جاي محاي وقري سيني كان وعدي وقري نم يخمم يا عبم اللبيكي وقري معنا تو وقري هاي ونمو قرعينت حلا ومانت حلا.
In his speech, the independent candidate Zakaria Ismail Farah talked about his program and its objectives. Let's listen to him.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ولا لا ريح حنبلي تروازي مرندس يوردن حنبلي كارتيه فار جمل سيتي بروغري بامباش inta ay xumbuli ka kooban tahay oo dhan intii badkii ka socda waad mahadsantihiin waanad salaaman tihiin.
True to his outspoken nature, the candidate Zakaria Ismail Farah declared himself proud and honored for such a mobilization in support of his candidate. I congratulate you and thank you deeply, he said. I know the challenges that haunt the Djiboutian society, and to take it up with the strength and fervor with you is my objective, he added. The independent candidate has been able to maintain and reassure the enthusiasm of activists. I came with program focused on the reform of education system, the revitalization of health structure, and especially to value the Djiboutian people is what motivates me and challenges me as a worthy son of the country, he concluded.
walaalayaal waxaan inidhi hadduu ilaahay idmo bisha sagaalkeega horta waa inaad kaarfootaaga wada qaadataan kuwa dadka kule kaarfootaaga ha qaadanina way qaldan yihiin maanta waa inaad kaarfootaagiina qaadataan ood bisha sagaalkeega hadduu ilaahay idmo warqadda cad aad ku ridaan ood noo footaysaan. xanuunadan badan ee jira na waa haddii ilaahay sidooda hana gara mariye waa inaad iska ilaalisaan weeyaan ood maaskiya kala dheeraashaha ilaalisaan weey. waad mahadsantihiin walaalahay waad mahadsantihiin.
As for the UMP candidate Ismail Mergeli, he continued his electoral campaign, this time in the region of Arta after yesterday's meeting near Salama Mosque. The region of Arta was strongly mobilized, a huge crowd from all sub-regions from Damirjog to Umar Jaga through Karta came to express its support and confidence. This joyful crowd flooded the place all dressed in green t-shirts bearing the logo of the outgoing president and candidate of the union for the presidential majority and carrying high banners proclaiming strong and committed slogans responded to the call of the campaign management of the UMP candidate EOJ and his wife Mrs. Khadra Mohammed Haid received a triumph welcome by a crowd of young people marching with banners illustrating their total adhesion to the vision of the candidate Geli. Indeed, it was a colorful day loaded with songs and musical performances by well-known artists. The speeches and advices calling on to vote for IOG on April 9 were broadcast from loudspeakers. Let's watch these images.
تويلا ليا لا لي عسيلا لو هيا عسيلا لو هيا أنا سادي سايكونو كافيري كيرا كوعو كلي عسيلا لو هيا عسيلا لو هيا وكي أيسي ما يما نبلك كونو هايتو حتى ناغاتي عسيلا لو هيا عسيلا لو هيا عسيلا لو هيا
And concerning the speeches during this meeting, if the people of the region have gathered, say the director of the campaign of the region, Abdullah Osman Darar, if the people of the region have gathered here today, it's because we are with you. You embody the aspirations of all this region, and we will all vote for IOG on April 9, said the director of the region, Abdullah Osman Darar, in his speech.
sidaa waxaan leeyahay madaxweyne waxaan u sheegayaa inuu gobolka Carta haagan yahay oo inuu ku talo galo insha Allah bisha 9keega. Assalaamu alaykum wa rahmatullah.
And in the same vein, the campaign director Ahmed Ali Barrer recalled that the candidate of the Union for the presidential majority, EOG, is the symbol of the vitality of our democracy. He added that he is the choice of history, above all the choice of the future.
guushaasi guul sahlan maaha nima muuqato laakiin la duwaynaha waa u muuqataa waa guul la kari waayay kuna guulaystay waxa weeyaan waa ninkan nuuray dalkeenna intaasoo mashaariica oo ballaaran oo la koobi karayn waa taariikhdu way qoraysaa laakiin waxaa mahadda leh dhallinyarta garaadka badan ee garatay in waxqabadkiisa ay saamaysay ay taabatay garaadkooduna siiyay inay ilaahay soo noqo.
And the UMP candidate Ismail Margele stressed that Djibouti remains a land of peace and continues its resolute march to a greater prosperity and well-being. Let's listen to his remarks.
waddankeena xabiibka ah waxa uu u baahan yahay nabad wuxuu u baahan yahay deganaansho waxa uu u baahan yahay horumar waxa uu u baahan yahay nolol xalaal ah waxa uu u baahan yahay shaqo abuur waxa uu u baahan yahay caafimaad waxa uu u baahan yahay waxbarasho waxa uu u baahan yahay wax soo saar.
Our dear country needs peace, stability, development, senior life, job creation, health, education, and production. All this combined make room for everyone to benefit from his rights, everyone to show confidence in their country, everyone to believe in the development of the country, everyone to believe the justice, to benefit from a peaceful environment. And this is the efforts of everyone, whether the population or the government. If God didn't give us wills, He gave us the sea. He gave us the capacity and the means to produce drinking water, and He gave us the sun and the winds that will create equality and affordable electricity. But to obtain this electricity, we need to invest in it. We want Arta to be the light of our country that gives access to cheap and clean electricity generated from the resources of the sun and the winds, inshallah. And thanks to this electricity, we will be able to produce drinkable water. We want for the region of Arta to benefit from farms, factory, electricity, business, and roads. In Demerjog, ports and factories will be opened, and in particular the largest reservoir of fuel in the country. We see growth. We see a better future. We are joined by people who love us and whom we love. We want that our people to believe in growth and to be a united nation, because without union, we can't move forward. And for you to raise your voice on 9th of April.
The meetings continued. The inhabitants of Salama city have organized a ceremony of support for the UMP candidate Ismail Margele in order to ensure the renewal of their confidence and unwavering support. This ceremony of support gathered all the inhabitants of the city of Salama. The program of this support included traditional songs and dances led by the RTD troupe, which inspired the crowd who took part in this ceremony. And to close this special edition election, a delegation led by the campaign director of Ali Sabih region, Omar Ahmed Wais, visited the locality of Holhol. The delegation of the Union for the Presidential Majority UMP, headed by the campaign director of Ali Sabih, was warmly welcomed by the activists of Holhol in a vibrant atmosphere. The delegation was pleased with the warm welcome they received and appreciated the enthusiasm of the crowd that poured into the meeting place. And it is with this images we close this special election edition. Thank you for being with us on the radio television of Djibouti, and have a great night.